little bit early today because I want to make sure this is working so we don't have another blunder like last time. Because last time we tried to use this, we had a problem with my computer. It didn't want to work, the camera didn't work, whatever the case. So I thought we'd try a little earlier just to be safe. So, wait for some folks. I know this is screwing stuff up because everybody thought it's going to be right at 8 o'clock. We got 5 minutes, we're early. It's really not a big deal. Let's see what we got. See. Oh, good deal. Okay, it does work. Let's see if I can get that fixed. Okay, we're good. Good deal. Hello, Barapatek. How are you? Hey, Richard. How are you? So, yeah. I'm not actually going to start until 8 o'clock, but I thought we'd, try and get in here a little earlier so that make sure there's no problems or anything like that. Hello, Tim. Ready for the exciting news? Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I'm pretty excited because I think it's a big deal. Uh, I don't know. Uh, Maybe it's just a bigger deal for me. I don't know. Hello, Mike Wilson. Hello, Eric. How is things over in your way? Jovan, how are you, old buddy? Richard, Brandon says present, and it's all working good. Dirty Roofer, Jim Thompson, Crystal, is that Neubauer? I hope I didn't butcher that. I don't like when I butcher people's last or their names at all. Mr. Walters, how are you? Mr. Walters, I got your paperwork. Hey, yeah, we have gotten all three of our guys. Hello, Simon. Um, Nathan Creel, how are you? Kevin, how are you? Kevin, I sent you an email and I asked you if I had given you my phone number, um, but I don't know if I checked to see if I got a response. I don't think I seen a response. If I didn't, email me at j period c period smith projects at gmail.com and we'll get together. Jimbo D, how are you? Because Kevin, I got something I'd like to talk to you about. Um, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Anyways, we're starting early, and we're not going to really get into this until 8 o'clock, But hello, Jeff. How are you? Here's old boy. He recently got his. Hey, look here. Look at my buddy. Look at my buddy. Old Jeff had to go for his cardiologist appointment, and they found Jeff has arrhythmias, which is a heart condition, and his his heartbeat is irregular or too many beats at one time, and they're trying to take care of it with medication. Well, he's been on the same dosage for about a year. Like they first found it, he was on medication for a year, and then about a year after that, we took him in because he was having a little troubles. They changed his dosage again. This last time we went in, he had 17,000. No, 17,000? 27,000. 17,000. Yeah, 17,000 irregular heartbeats in 24 hours. And then they changed his medication. We came back 2 weeks later. They put the monitor on him again, and he had 29. Just 29. So he's been doing a lot better. And he went in for his vet appointment, and old boy's got cataracts. They're not bad, but they're just starting. He's an old guy, and he's got arthritis. His hips are bothering him. It's tough getting old, but he's doing a little better. He's been doing pretty good the last few days. Kevin, okay, you'll resend it. Okay, great, fantastic. So as I said in the little short, I keep trying to take these off and I can't because I can't see. As I said in that short video, after the Monday after we did live stream before, where we picked the four guys. That Monday, one of the guys asked me to remove him and replace him with somebody else. So that's what we're gonna do. I thought about just running with 3 guys, and just going that way, but the way I've kind of thought about this and done this, hello Dakota, how are you? The way I've thought about this and done it, it just works better with 4 people, and 4 people is really where I wanted to be because we're gonna pair up for part of this, and there's so much to do and so much, and again, me and Peter have been talking about this, and we're gonna try and get some TIG welding in at the end of this if we can, or during, or something. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see how it goes. But anyways, what I decided to do is go ahead and replace it. And when I went down the list, I had the next name on the list is I really, really, really wanted to call him. Um, I just wasn't sure it would work out. One more job than done for the day. Attaboy. Hello, Red Miller. How are you? From Atlanta. Yeah, old boy's doing okay. Like, he's been happy. He's running around playing outside. We have to kind of limit his activity. And you can't let him overdo it. He's lost 9 pounds since he was at the vet last, and he's still kind of a chunky boy. Hello, Cody. How are you? How are things out in your world? I haven't seen anything else on your project you were talking about, so I assume you're still in the planning stages. Okay, everybody here? Everybody ready? We're going to go down the list, so I have to go to the email. Baked good tester. Yeah. I got to tell you, I have had a lot of people email me, and hello, Mudflap, and ask me if they could just come and hang out. And, Douglas Smith, hello from Lisbon, Ohio. Douglas, you're not far from us. Pack Out Junkie, hello, Indiana. Asked me if they could just come and hang out and not be actually part of the build. And I got to tell you, I wish I could do it. I wish I could. Justin and I were talking that maybe in between this event and the next event, we might do something a little less formal. Like, there's a particular event that's held not far from me every year, and it's all about trucks. And we're talking like maybe we'll go to that event and just have kind of a hangout, meet and greet thing at that event. So it makes it so much easier for me and my wife, because we can just kind of go there and hang out with everybody, and then we can just go home. This is kind of I don't want to say it's a big deal, but it's a big deal, at least for me. So, all right. Much less anxiety this go around. Matt Freeman. If you don't know, Matt Freeman is one of the fellows that's coming. And I got Matt's paperwork, so we know he's coming. Meet and greet. Zila. There you go. Let's see. Where's our other? Jay Walters. I got his. And Nathan Creel. We got his. Nathan Creel. Yep, he's in here. I knew I saw him. We got all you guys. So, now, we have to call the next person. Now, I'm going to be... I have to be brutally honest with you guys. There's no way around this. In order to do what I'm going to do, I had to call this guy already. I wasn't able to hold out because I had to ask some questions that I couldn't ask right now. So, the person I'm going to call knows I'm going to call them. Now, I know this isn't exactly what you may have been expecting, but I'm going to tell you, if this goes half as well as we hope it will this time, next time, the people who didn't get chosen this time, just wait, because there's a very good chance that you will be chosen next time. I just want to be fully transparent here. Okay, he's ready. I know he's ready. I gotta call him now. I know he's sitting by the phone. Can you guys hear?
Hello.
Wait a minute. Can you guys hear us? We'll make sure. We'll make sure everybody can hear us before we go any farther.
Wait a minute. Can you guys hear us? Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you hearing me on your TV.
Yeah, I turned it down.
Okay. All right. Where are we? Where are we? Okay. Everybody says yeah. Okay, we can hear. Good deal. All right. So I'm going to go back to the same ordeal that I did before. Okay. Who is this?
Josh.
Josh. Did you make an application to come to my shop and build a truck with me?
I sure did.
If you are chosen, are you committed to coming to my shop to build a truck with me for both days, all day?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, we got the formality. Oh, yeah, wait. Are you 18 years of age or older?
I'd hope so, yes.
Okay, so now we have to go through this. Josh is a military vet. He has a 1-month-old and a 16-month-old and a wife, and you're from Indiana, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, when Josh sent his email to us, Josh's email was extremely interesting to me. And one of the reasons it was so interesting to me is why, Josh? Why do you think it was so interesting to me?
Oh, wow, I don't know. I put everything into it.
What is it that how is it you found our Facebook group?
Oh, well, I was looking around trying to figure out what the heck to do with a fire truck.
With a fire truck. A fire truck like this. So if you're not a member of our Facebook group, go to our Facebook group and you will see Josh's post about this truck. Okay, so Josh owns a Freightliner FL 80, 70?
80.
80. It's a crew cab, and it was a ladder truck, fire truck. And Josh has been wanting, he bought this and kind of got in with our group and watching the channel based on, you know, he wants to do this to his truck. He wants to be able to take his body off his truck. He wants to be able to take the body off, move the axle forward, and put a hitch on. Look, I know I got people asking to join a Facebook group. Anyways, so he wants to be able to put a hitch on the back, move the axle forward, and use it to pull a gooseneck trailer or whatever trailer it is you buy.
Yes, gooseneck or pintle.
Yeah, whatever it is. Now, what resonated with me with him is the fact that everybody's congratulating you, by the way, if you haven't noticed.
We had to close everything, so there wasn't an echo. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody's congratulating you because you got to be the man. Now, so it resonated with us because he wants to do exactly what we're going to be doing here. So who in the world could get any more experience and knowledge out of this than someone who's actually going to be doing the same thing, right? So to me, it was a perfect fit. And he was next on my list. He was next on my wife's list. He was next on, I think, 3 out of 4 people. You were 3 out of 4. Yeah. So, we're going to have... Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Now, you have some plans for this truck, right? Your plans, you want to put a hitch plate on the back, you need some lights, you need mud flaps, like everything we're going to do, right? Same thing. And but your truck is a spring ride suspension, right?
Yes, it is.
And you don't know what rear end ratio it is.
I don't. I placed a call to Freightliner right as the auction was about to end, and they never called me back. I called them 2 or 3 times with the VIN to try to figure out the ratio, but no, I don't.
Okay, so on Freightliners, on the passenger side, there's a panel on the passenger side that you can pull off. There's a sticker behind that, and that's the build sheet. It'll tell you the motor, the horsepower, the transmission model, the rear end model, and the ratio. So you might be able to find that panel, and it'll tell you what you have. But I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Because you bought something. What'd you buy?
I bought an Airliner air suspension off of 2007, 2008 Cascadia.
Yeah. How about that? And what gear ratio did you buy?
It is a 342.
342. Huh. So really what you're telling me is that everything we're going to do in this event is exactly what you're doing to your truck.
Yes.
There's only one twist to this. What's the twist, Joe? Why don't you tell everybody what is the great big news that I keep talking about that I think is such a big deal? What you tell people? Can everybody hear Joe? Can you hear him well? Make sure everybody can hear you before I have you tell them. I got to get back to the screen. Can everybody hear Joe speaking clearly? We'll give him a minute because I can't see anything. Nathan Creel doing the same thing on his international. Yes, everybody can hear you. Okay, you ready? You tell them the big news. What's the big news?
Well, the big news that caught me off guard was that you invited me to your shop with the truck.
With what? With the truck?
Yeah, with the fire truck.
What? What? And what's that mean?
It means I'm going to have to take the wife to dinner because I've been busting hump for the last 3 days.
Oh. So, if you didn't quite catch that, what we're doing is he's bringing his fire truck from his house in Indiana to my shop, and we're going to move his axle forward. Not only are we going to move his axle forward, but we're going to change his suspension. We're going to change the suspension from spring ride to air ride suspension. We're going to put a hitch plate on the back. We're going to build mud flaps. We're going to put lights on it. We're going to do the drive shaft, the pinion angle, the drive line, everything. And he's going to drive it home. Oh, and another good thing. So we're changing the rear end, not only changing the suspension, but now we're probably going to go from, I'm guessing you got like a 478, 513 rear end maybe. And we're going to go to a 354. Is that right? 342? Yeah. So that is incredible. That is so cool. I mean, we'd like to do more, but that's all we can do for this, you know. I'm not a wealthy man. But, oh, yeah, and that's the best part. All of this, we're going to just take the parts and everything we're going to do that truck, and we're just going to give it to him for his truck. Isn't that cool? He's already bought the rear end. He's bringing the truck here. The only expense I think he may have is a drive shaft. We'll see what we can work out about that. If I have a drive shaft, it'll cost you nothing. If I don't have one and we got to do something, you might have a few bucks in that. But everything else, that's on us. We'll take care of it. So when you leave here, hopefully you're going to leave with your truck set up to go do what you want to do. Now, how cool is that?
Oh, that's amazing.
That's going to be awesome, isn't it? Everybody wants to know if you go by Josh or Joe because they see both. They see Joe, they see Josh. Which way do you go?
It's Josh. I got taken off of Facebook Marketplace for reasons unknown to me, and so I had started a new Facebook.
So it's actually Josh.
Yes.
You got to be kidding me. So let me think here. I better not say something, but before I make myself look really stupid, but we did have another Josh. It's ironic that we replaced one Josh with another Josh. I guess that was just meant to be. So that's kind of cool. So that is the plan. So right now, if you don't know, your fire truck still looks like the picture, right?
Yes.
So the body's still on it. He's already got the ladder boom off of it, but he's working on the sides and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of work, if you don't know, to get one of those off. When he got into... Yeah. When he actually got onto our Facebook group, what did I tell you about that truck?
It's a lot of work.
I think I said something about if you're not in love with the truck, buy something else. Yeah. Because the amount of work, like just the upfit crap that they add, and a lot of times it is not done to the caliber that you wish it was, right? So a lot of times there's a lot of stuff to take apart that you shake your head, right? You're like, I can't believe that somebody would actually do work like this. Maybe yours isn't like that, but we find that a lot in upfits. It is a lot of times pretty crappy. So The plan for him, for Josh, is he's going to get the body off that truck, and then he's going to try and load or get the airliner suspension and rear end here at the same time, so I can get it here and I can start doing measurements and all this stuff. So for those other three guys, I know we had somebody, one of our three guys or two of our three guys are doing the same thing to their truck. That's what they wanted to do. Who was it? Which one of our guys that are coming are doing the same thing? Nathan Creel. Nathan. Oh man, I wish I had the emails here because I want to remember which guy was from where. Where's Nathan Creel from? Do you remember? Nathan Creel. I think he's from Nathan Creel. I think he's from Mississippi. I think. One of them has a daughter named Harper, and we have to say hello to Harper before she goes to bed.
Mississippi.
Oh, look at that. Mississippi.
I think. I don't know.
Jake's from Pennsylvania, Jake Walters. And Matt Freeman is from Western. Matt's got the Freightliner in Western North Carolina. And Nathan is, Nathan is, he's the one that's got the international. Boy, I wish I could show you that picture, but I think he's in our Facebook group too. Anyways, yeah, so this will be a good time because for at least two guys we know for sure, they want to do the same thing. I keep taking these off and it does me no good. It does me no good because I can't read anything. Yeah, Nathan's doing the same thing to his international. Yeah, that'll be very helpful. So, there is something interesting about your fire truck. Let's talk about that pump, that drive shaft driven pump that's in there. Yeah. I think the way those things work, if I remember right, is they interrupt the drive shaft, and when they interrupt the drive shaft, that's what they use to drive the pump. So it basically takes the rear drive shaft and puts it into neutral so it can't spin, but that's what they use to drive the pump. Is that right?
From what I can figure out, just playing around with stuff, yes, it's got to be in drive, and then when you click on the pump, it disengages the rear axle and puts power to the pump.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, John Wilson, that's what we thought. We got a veteran, somebody that's been in the military. That's fantastic. A good young man with a family. That's fantastic. We really like that. We got a nice group. We got a really good group. Oh, Nathan Creel, you got a 15,000-pound winch and a few other goodies you want to swap? Nathan, listen, I will be sending out another email with contact information and address and all that kind of stuff, and my telephone number. So you guys will all have that. You have my phone number, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, so that is the plan. And we're hopefully going to get all of this done in just 2 days. So I'm going to try and do as much prep work as I can because he's going to try and get the truck here as early as he can so that I can go over it and do measurements and try and figure out what we're going to do because we got to remove that pump at the same time because if at all possible, because we got to do drive shaft work. We might as well just remove that thing, get you taken care of, But
so the pump looks fairly straightforward. I've got one side of boxes off. It looks like the pump bolts on similar to like a leaf spring hanger. It's just 4 or 5 bolts, and then straddles the rails.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got a drive shaft in, and then the drive shaft out to the rear end. Outside of that, it looks like it'll come in now. It looks like a spider sitting there.
Sure.
But it looks like it'll come up and off the frame rails fairly easy.
Okay. That'll be fine. You know what is ironic is, we were talking about that pump and, what in the world do you do with it? And do you know what that Peterbilt truck is that I drove not long ago? That one I built? It's a water pumping truck. Would that not be like the smartest thing in the world to put one of them in there and do away with the trash pumps? Because them things got to move some serious gallons per hour or minute, something like that.
I think it's a 1250.
1,250 gallons a minute?
Yeah, and it's the
crap.
Boardman, I think, the big name in the pumps.
So that truck is 5,000 gallons. So if it's 1,200 a minute or an hour?
A minute. It's 1,200. Yeah, it's 1,200 a minute.
It would unload that truck in 5 minutes. Holy crap! What size lines go in it? 2-inch, 3-inch?
So it depends. It's got suction. It's got hard suction hoses that are 6-inch, and then it's got the lines out. I think are 2.5 or 3, and I've got the quick connectors and all that stuff. But
wow, that's incredible. Nick Hildebrittle says he lives in Michigan. If you need a chase driver to help you get the truck there, just let him know. Isn't that awful nice?
Sweet.
Yeah. I think you think you have someone to bring it, right? Is that still the case?
Yeah. My friend, one of my best friends, I was in his wedding. His father-in-law is a retired fireman, and now they kind of do hot shotting on and off. But because he's drawing a retirement, he's not go getting it real hard. Anyway, he said he was kind of bored and he wouldn't mind driving it over. So we're gonna try to figure something out with that. Hopefully by the end of this week.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. That'd be fantastic.
It is Father's Day though, so.
Oh yeah.
Depending on, I always forget that.
Hang on one second.
Yeah.
Hey, I think Jeff needs out. Okay. Yeah. These holidays, they get us, don't they? Well, that'll be okay. So, have you made any progress on the cutoff as far as what you think you're going to do there? Are you still trying to stack it on top of the Freightliner?
Well, maybe. I'm not sure. The guy I bought it off of, it was a truck wrecking yard, but it was like it wasn't one of the big ones like Vanderhags or something. He just had it posted on Facebook, but he tried telling me, oh, it's 1,500, 2,000 pounds, and I started adding it in my head as I was driving home, and I could feel the weight on the trailer behind the truck, and I'm thinking the wheel tire is, 100, 150 pounds?
Yeah.
And the drum, the hub drum, or the brake drum is probably 80 to 100 pounds. And so I was thinking there's, 800 to 1,500 pounds in just that, plus the axle. I don't know if my skid steer will lift it. So my dad was here today and offered all of the advice. So
dads are good for that.
Just throw a chain hoist around that tree over there and yank it up. I was like, I'm willing to bet that thing's like 4,000 pounds. I don't know.
Yeah, you could mess some stuff up for sure.
But no, I haven't started taking it apart or anything outside of verifying the rear end.
Well, the most important thing is get the body off the truck. If we got to work something else out, maybe somebody else is out in that area coming this way, and they could maybe grab your trailer or something. I have a truck and a trailer. Wonder if I can get somebody over here to head your way.
Well, so the same buddy whose father-in-law is driving the fire truck, and it's only an issue because the new baby, he doesn't like to sleep at all. But so we're kind of struggling with that, being less than a month old. But the same buddy, he's got a truck and a trailer. I haven't asked him yet, but I'm sure he'd be up for bringing the trailer if need be.
Yeah. Well, obviously we can unload it here. That's not a problem at all. And then I can dissect it down. One thing I was going to tell you about was when you get that box off, if you take a look at that, you may have Freightliner spring suspension on there that utilizes the same mounts as the Airliner on the front. So alignment will be a little bit easier. So that might be helpful for us, being that you're going Freightliner to Airliner.
Yeah, I'll check that out. I just got a couple more bolts. You wouldn't believe how many bolts they use on everything. Just bolts and nuts. I can't even believe there's so many. Yeah, I would believe it. And it's kind of crazy because those are aluminum boxes, aren't they?
Yeah, so it'll have a ton of mounts because if it didn't, it would just vibrate and break, going down the road. They don't hold up real well. But
Yeah, and all the nuts and bolts are stainless, and then stainless into aluminum likes to corrode.
yeah. Yeah, but look at all that awesome hardware you're gonna get. That'll be fantastic.
I finally got something to put all my spaghetti sauce jars.
Yes. Yes, for us it's coffee cans. We fill up coffee cans, we take Sharpies and mark on it what we took apart and what the bolts were from. So next time we take one apart, we could find it.
Oh yeah.
That would make a big difference to his delivery in a day. Yeah, yeah, Kevin, I'm not sure, but we'll see. If need be, we'll figure out something. We'll figure out a way to get it here. You know.
Well, and even if I see, and you asked the other day, even if I like overnighted or went after the kid was asleep and made a long day of it, the front axle U-joint on my Dodge just started clunking pretty severe. So I've got parts coming. They're actually coming from Ohio. I'm doing a Spin-Tech front hub because I know my unit bearing's about out, but then I got to do the axle U-joints, and so I'd hate to grenade a front axle U-joint on a 5-hour drive.
I agree. If you had to come with that truck, I wouldn't come until it was finished. That's for sure. Till it was fixed. Yeah, you can't destroy a truck or an axle for just to bring it cut off.
But I'll get something figured out as far as that air suspension goes. I'll borrow a truck from somebody, or I'll see if somebody's headed that way or something like that. I'll try to figure something out.
I think the last time I had a cutoff, I talked with someone about a weight. I want to tell you, they told me, I want to say it was 3,500 to 4,500, somewhere in there, and I can't remember. I know they got some weight to them, that's for sure.
And that's right at the limit of the skid steer, but the issue is it's 8 feet deep. Right?
Yeah.
Like if it was 1 foot, it might pick it up.
Yeah, your skid steer is rated close to your carriage, not at the end of your forks, and then you're even farther. So you've really cut your capacity down to about half because of that. And if you drug it off, and then what happens if you can't get it back on?
Yeah, I've thought about that.
I mean, the only other thing you might think of is running by a gravel yard or a supply house or somebody that has it, and take the truck and the trailer there and have them lift it off and set it on for a little bit of money, like someplace that has forklifts.
Oh yeah.
Somebody, or even a scrap yard. Scrap yard probably do it for dang near nothing, They probably charge you just a little bit of money, especially if you deal with them often. Yeah.
Especially if I bring them a bunch of fire truck scrap.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Especially if you tell them what you're gonna do. Yeah, Matt, that's what he's talking about. He would like to do. He'd like to put the cutoff on the back of the frame of the Freightliner. However, I mean, if you do it, it's like he doesn't have a whole lot of frame there. So if he did it, he has to be careful. He may have to flip it over too, because the suspension may come down and come in contact with the tires. So he has to be careful about that.
I was hoping to be able to I was going to fabricate one of the cheap shipping boxes like you get big parts from China in, like just angle iron.
Yeah.
But it looks like a lot of the toolbox bases, it's like 3-inch channel on angle iron that drops down 12 inches. And so I was thinking if I could flip those upside down, then I'd be able to hopefully set it where the frame would catch it.
Yeah, if it were me, I would just take angle iron or C-channel or something and just go from one frame up to the other just to keep it from sliding side to side, and then chain it down. You know what I mean? Because it'll sit right on the leaf spring hangers. Because if you look at the leaf spring hanger versus I guess what I'm telling you is I guess it'd be the airbag hanger actually, but it'll sit on those axles just like the other axle does. And I think it'd be okay, but your height might be an issue. You may have to run some cribbing in between the two or something, like a 6x6 or something.
Right, and I'm okay with that because the pump sticks up probably 12 inches at least above the factory frame rails.
Yeah, so you'd be okay. Justin says he can come out.
The chambers looked like they were real close to parallel with the bottom of that single leaf spring.
Okay.
It looks like they're above it, but I just didn't want to get into the chambers. Are the chambers on the fire truck, because they keep pretty good maintenance on those, are those mostly interchangeable? Like, are they pretty universal?
Well, yeah, they're done by different sizes. So a 30-30 chamber is 30. I can't remember if it's cubic inches or whatever. It's a measurement of its capacity, and then they make a 30-30, a straight 30, just a single chamber without the spring brake on the back, and they make a 36-36 maybe. And your truck may have something bigger. We wouldn't know till we looked at it for sure. But for what you're doing now, it isn't going to matter.
Okay. And then the only other thing I might need to I mean, you're on a live show, so I probably should be. I might need to snag a bag or two. It's got 3 bags. They robbed one bag off of it, but I don't know how to tell when bags are good or bad. They look fine. But the guy at the place was like, oh yeah, I do all new bags, all new pads, everything when I got it apart, you know. So I just don't know. That's part of the reason I need experience. I don't know how much of that stuff's necessary, and how much of it's just.
You got 2 axles. We're only putting one on. You know, if something is something that I believe we need to replace because it just should be, you know, what I'll do is when you get it here, if you come with it, you and I'll go over it. If it comes here and it's dropped off, then I'll go over it and look at it and call you, and we'll figure out a plan there ahead of time so we can have everything set up and ready to go. But if we need something for that, that's one of the easiest, cheapest, most stock parts that I've ever found in these trucks is that airliner suspension. And there's not a lot of moving parts. I mean, you got a bushing in the front that tends to go bad, airbags, and I mean, occasionally saddles, U-bolt stretch, whatever, if it's aged. But you know, you looked at that pretty good. You got some track bar bushings, but whatever, not a big deal.
Yeah, the springs look pretty straight. Yeah, so I think
okay. Well, fantastic. So you and I are set. You're coming. You're going to get your truck to us as soon as you can. Justin just says he got a gooseneck hitch in his bed of his truck, and he can pull 14,000-pound trailer. So, if need be, we got a plan. We got a backup. We got a plan B if we need it. I think. Now we'll get through this. I got to tell you, I'm so excited because honestly, I thought about this when we were building my truck, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of, yeah, whatever. It's one of my trucks, big deal. I mean, yeah, it's great for the experience. But now look, everybody involved, they're not helping me, they're helping him. Isn't that awesome? That is so cool. Not only are they going to get the experience, right, but they get to help out somebody else. Life is good. Life is good. I really like this. Anyways, I'm glad that we can do this. I'm glad you wanted to be part of it, and I'm glad you're going to bring your truck because I think this is going to be great. Fantastic.
Well, I just want to say I appreciate the opportunity, and then thanks to everybody who gave me congrats. When you called that day, I couldn't believe it because it was a day after, 2 days after. I was in shock. I didn't even know if you could tell I was on the phone, but it certainly left me speechless. I didn't even know how to react. So
I remember
it's a wonderful opportunity.
Well, I know when I called you, I said, "You know who this is?" And he says to me, he goes, "Well, it sounds like," and it was.
That guy on YouTube, I was like, why would he be calling me?
Man, why is that crazy maniac calling me? All right, well, you go take care of your little ones. Tell your wife we said hello, and I'll look forward to seeing you and talking to you soon, and we'll get this ironed out so we can get you out here. But I'm pretty excited. I can't wait. I mean, it's a beautiful truck, and it's just going to get better, you know. But we'll get together, get everything set up. And like I said, if you come, great. If you don't, then I'll get a look at it, and I'll start dissecting, start taking it apart to see if there's any surprises, because we need to make it to where everything is ready to go. And sometimes these airliner suspensions, the aluminum spring hanger can crack, and we want to inspect that real well because you got 4 of them. So
So I looked as good as I could, and I didn't see any cracks surface on them. So unless they crack like internally or somewhere where you can't see, where it's sitting as a cutoff, they all look decent.
so where I usually see them, you see they're painted black, but they're aluminum.
Yeah.
Typically, it's when you take the bolts out. Where the bolt goes through, they're corroded, and when you take the bolt out, it shows the crack. Then that's typically that's how I see it. But don't worry about it. If they're cracked, our Freightliner dealer keeps them in stock, so it's not a big deal. But we'll get it handled. Anyways, I won't keep you. So I'm glad you're coming. I can't wait to see you, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. We'll see you.
Bye.
Goodbye. So there you have it, folks. There's our number 4. And as much as it was upsetting that our one guy asked to be replaced, I think it was just a great opportunity to do something even better. So instead of just replacing a guy, when I started thinking about this, and I knew his truck and I knew what his intention was, and that's why I wanted to come, so that he could get the experience of doing just exactly that. So I figured, why don't we just see if we can do his truck? I mean, to me, it was like a no-brainer. I think it works, Yeah, I think. What do you guys think? You like the idea? You think it's good? Look at that, William Kelly stepping up the plate, offering to help. See, that's what I love about this. That's what all right, so now, I'm sorry if I missed you guys in the comments. I was kind of deep in the conversation, as you know. Anybody have any questions or whatever? Matt, I love the idea too. It's yeah, I'm very happy about it. Very happy. Yeah. These are the times in your life when you get to do something like this. This is better than any paycheck. This is better than any money. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. And oh yeah, and Justin, you want to tell him? Justin, can we tell him what we're gonna have here? Oh wait, I got to show you something else too. Yeah. And it works out because he's only in Indiana. Just long on. What did I miss? Hang on, I want to show you something that we got. So, everybody in our Facebook group who's seen my post knows about this, but for the people who haven't, this is our very first t-shirt. And before I show you what this t-shirt is, we have to thank our good friend Justin and his wife Maddie. They're just tremendously fantastic people. Maddie makes t-shirts, and I don't even know, it's incredible. I gave him an idea, I told him what I was looking for, and the next thing you know, Justin comes over with a sample. So here is the first one. So all 4 of our guys that are coming are going to get one of these. It's not going to have my name, though. It'll have their name on it. So they get their own work shirt, right? With their own name on it. Now, is that pretty cool? Now, the colors are going to change. We made some slight color changes and minor modifications, but yeah. So everybody that comes is going to get one of these. Isn't that cool? So no, it doesn't say I'm not a welder, but if we ever have merch, yeah, I'm not a welder. I'm not a welder. How ironic would it be if I put I'm not a welder and put HTP on it? That's funny. So all my 4 guys that are coming, I need shirt sizes so we can get them ordered, because I don't want to jam Justin and Maddie up. They need time to get all these done, because we want to make sure our guys get their shirts with their name on it and all that. And there's a lot more surprises coming that I'm not sharing right now because I'm just giddy about it. But for my 4 guys that are coming and the others that are coming as support, like Peter Zeal's coming, his daughter Violet is coming, and if you don't know, his daughter Violet travels with Peter, and she does video for him all the time. And Violet and I are like that. Um, we are tight, and Violet is very competitive, and she wants to compete with me all the time, and I think it's fantastic. But so Violet's coming, Peter's coming, and Jesse Moffitt from Jesse Moffitt on YouTube, he's coming. And Nathan, everybody, just if you would send me an email. I'm going to send you my cell phone number tonight or tomorrow, and you can just text me your sizes and how you want your name to be on the front, so we get it spelled right, or maybe you don't go by one certain name or whatever, But do that for Jay Walters, Nathan, and Matt Freeman, and Josh, however you want them in your sizes, so we can get it right. But okay, so here's the another really cool thing. We are extremely fortunate that we have a 3-year running barbecue champion supplying us with lunch on Sunday. So we are going to have barbecued pulled pork and barbecued pulled chicken and smoked mac and cheese, coleslaw, and then, like, that's not enough. My wife is making, I'm not even going to tell you what kind of baked goods that she's going to be making. And my son is probably, there's something else cooking for Saturday, and I'm just not certain how that's going to pan out yet. So I'm going to hold that back because I don't want to say things that, may not come about or aren't laid down yet. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So, large, please. Yeah, it's funny. I think the very first merchandise that we will sell will be the very first shirt I ever have made to sell for you guys will be I'm not a welder, and I don't know what else to put on it. It might say something like my name's JC and I'm not a welder, or something, or just I'm not a welder, or I don't know. You guys tell me. Now, we are going to do, I've talked with Maddie and Justin about this, and we're going to do a short run on these shirts. This will be our first. Yeah, look at me here. So, if you guys want one of these shirts, you can contact us. We're only going to do 25. That's it. Because Maddie and Justin have a life of their own too, and we can't overwhelm them. I'm not a welder. It is what it is. Yeah. Some of the sayings that I say all the time that you just don't realize you say. Donald Campbell sent me a sign that said, it is what it is, and it hangs in my garage. Yeah, there's Peter with one of my others. 2 coats of primer, 2 coats of paint. How many times? Or a while ago, somebody said that I say, I haven't decided yet, Kevin Lamar, you email me. If anybody wants one of these shirts right now, email me at j.c.smithprojects@gmail.com, and we'll get it figured out how to do this, because obviously we're not really set up to do it. But again, we're only going to do 25. So the first 25 guys to get it, there you go. That's who we get. And I talked to Maddie. If you want your name on the front, it's $2 more. These are $25, $7 shipping. And if you want your name on the front, add $2. So if you want it, we need to know size. Size, if you want your name on the front, how you want it to say. And I'll need name, address, shipping, all that information. Another day working on the Peterbilt. Well, Matt, those days are gone. I talked to him again today, and I reaffirmed the fact that you need to find a mechanic, because I'm not him and I'm not working on him. I can't do it anymore. So that's over. We won't be seeing them. And I told him if he has an emergency or a breakdown, That's going to suck because I'm preparing for this and I do not have time to stop and can't. Dang, I keep taking these off. It's pointless, but I get a glare. Um, Hello, Chad. How are you? I can't wait. Peter, yeah. All my plans are written in sand. You know, I say that all the time too. Grinder and paint make me the welder I ain't. Yeah, yeah, yep. So yeah, we're done with the Peterbilt and the International. It's yeah, long story. Doesn't matter. We're done. Um, However, after the last video, I wasn't. I want to explain this. I wasn't angry with him that he reacted like he did. He was scared. He was panicked. It's unfortunate, but I was sick when I got the call, thinking that there was something wrong. Of course, it wasn't my problem. It was from somebody else. But don't like fixing other people's mess ups. Boy, ain't that the truth. Um, yeah. See that knowing he's got to drive it. What is that? 5-6 hours home. Yeah, we got to be on our toes. And I told him, I said, just understand it, and we're not going to let something leave that I think is going to be a problem. I mean, whether it's something that the work that we're doing, or something that's may not be right with the truck. Anyways, we'll get him taken care of one way or another. We're not gonna send him home if we think there's a problem. Like, he's concerned about tires and changing tires over. He's gonna just run the old junk tires that came on the rear end. I'm like, no. Well, if we got to spend a little time afterwards breaking down some tires and change them over, we can do that. That's not a big deal. We can handle it. Yeah, Matt, it's going to put some pressure on us. That's for sure. This may have made it to where I really need another person. We could really use another person to do this because the load of the workload just went from here to like double, and don't misunderstand, I'm not complaining, I'm just being realistic that when I, because I've done this several times, so I'm familiar with the process, and we just took it from, yeah, we can get this done in 2 days to, yeah, we got to get this done in 2 days. I wouldn't have it any other way, man. This is fantastic. I mean, at least to me, I think if it, I don't know. I I am just so happy that we get to do this. How about JC's way? Yeah, that's possible. Yeah. I don't want to sound conceited. I told Peter one day that I thought about putting a sign on my door that good enough is where we start or where we begin or something like that. Must be joking. Where are you from? Yeah, too many projects, not enough time. That's for sure. We are so buried with stuff, and in order to hit the goals that I need to do, um, I can't do anything else other than what I've committed myself to. And I've got some big projects coming up this summer yet, and it's already June. We're gonna be at the end of June. It's like every day I'm getting ready for this event, and I check 3 or 4 things off my box, and I add 4 or 5 more. It never fails. But whatever, it'll come together, you know. Kevin, I say everything is for sale, nothing's on sale. Oh, I know exactly who you are. You're going to be in Cleveland. I remember clearly that you're going to be visiting your parents in Cleveland in a couple weeks. Is that right? Jovan, I'm glad you got faith in us. Oh, you're in Canada, I take it, huh? Yeah. Um, well, this is how it'll work out actually. If for some reason that something isn't quite up to par or something that needs more attention and it's time for him to go home, then I'll take care of it myself and I'll either drive out and fly back or something like that. We'll get his truck to him. Not a big deal. Yep. Yeah. So we'll get it figured out. You know, the whole thing about this is, even though we're going to have guys that maybe never done this before, and the thing is, it needs to be enjoyable, and I want everybody to be able to pick up as much as they can and learn as much as they can, and ask as many questions they want. And look, if they didn't get something, maybe we need to talk about something a little more. We can do that. Um, I can away help if backup is needed. I can away. This is the way I do it. Yeah. We might live stream some of it, but it would be very difficult to live stream the whole thing because, I mean, we're looking at starting it at 9 in the morning and working till 5. We're breaking it at 10 for 15 minutes. We're going to break at noon for probably half hour to an hour and break again at 2 for 15 minutes. I mean, we got a lot of work to do and a lot of stuff to do, and we really got to stay focused. More than likely, everybody else will go home at 5, and I'll probably be getting ready for the next day and trying to make things, the best we can to keep it moving. Nick can be the hourly announcer, but what do they call that? The narrators or whatever, the announcers on the sports events. Not like I would know. Yeah, Justin. I have a feeling that I'll be leaning on my son and Justin pretty hard for this thing, because there's a lot to be done. I'm very thankful Jesse's coming too, because me and Peter will have his hands full with what we have planned there. There's some really cool. Oh man, I still have to. Oh man. Oh, I still have to get the lights ordered. Yeah, I have to figure out what we're gonna do for lights on the back of this truck. Parts Sam has given us a discount code for me and everybody else to use. It's an 8% discount code. I think it's just J.C.Smith. You put it in their box when you check out, and so I have to get on there and figure out what lights we're gonna get and get them ordered. I hit the nail on the head. What I hit the nail on the head? Oh, you did? Shoot, that's north of us, man. I don't know, man. I don't know if she'll have time. She's gonna have her hands full because she's got a lot to do, and it's gonna be. Hello, John. It's gonna be hot probably, and she's gonna have a full-time job just trying to keep us cool. Thankfully, Justin has a swamp cooler. I think it's called, like a porta cool. It trickles water down over like a radiator and it blows cool air. So we're gonna be using that, and I have a big barn fan in the shop. So we'll have that, and everything else will be outside. So if it rains, we're covered. If it's hotter than blazes, we're covered. We don't have air conditioning, but Peter's been wanting me to put it in. But it should be a good time. It should be extremely, extremely interesting. And you know what the best part for me is? Watching guys do this, right? And then as they pick up and learn something and you see that light go off, right? And then they're like, I can do this. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Gotta love it. I just love it. Okay, so that's where we're at. Yeah. Well, Nathan, I think you'll be very thankful. Like my shop down where we're going to do the work at, my one shop, it stays pretty cool in there throughout the day. And the great part is it's south-facing door. So we don't get a lot of sun inside the door. So it stays fairly cool in there. It gets a little stuffy in the afternoons, but that swamp cooler ought to be fine. But we should be okay. We have so much to do. So much to do. I have new lights coming for the shop so we can get them up so it'll be nice and bright and all that kind of stuff. I have a big of 3/4 penny lights I would like to donate to the build. Douglas, that is awful nice of you. It really is. And I don't want to seem ungrateful, but I really think I'm only going to use 2 penny lights, 2 to 3/4 lights. And those I think I have left over from my trailer build, my utility trailer. Um, but you never know. We might find something else to do. Um, I don't know. I can't even describe how hot it is here in the summer and how miserable. Oh, yeah. Humidity's awful. Yeah, you'll think it's wintertime coming up here. Oh, I think Douglas means he has a big bag of 3/4 penny lights. Is that right? I have bought so many penny lights. This is how I work. I'll know I have something coming up, so I'll go down my list, up in here, and order parts for that, and I'll get everything ready to go, and then it gets delayed, and I do something else, and then I get ready to do that project. I'm like, well, I better order my parts. See, you see where this is going? So then I end up with double the parts for these projects. Yeah, it happens. Whatever. It stinks getting old. It really does. It really does. I don't know what that was. Yeah, no rust. Yeah, well, I live in the Rust Belt, and we deal with so much rust that I'm pretty sure my blood type is rust positive. Oh man, what is this? What is this? Another one. Um, Mr. Walters, I appreciate that, but I got to tell you, I don't really want to use anybody else's stuff. I mean, I'm very, very grateful for the offer, but um, I would really rather you use that stuff for yourself because I'm gonna I don't have a problem purchasing what we need. It's okay. Um, Not a day over 40. Yeah, not a day over 40. I don't feel like a day over 60 sometimes. Um, Anyways, I don't want to get off topic here with what's going on there. Um, yeah, rust sucks. Yeah, yeah. Donald, I got plenty of parts. Look, the worst part is when I order parts, I get them all together and I put them together. I'm like, I'm gonna put them right here. So when I do this project, I'll know they're right there. We will look all day for them and we won't find them when I'm getting ready to do the project. And then I'll be like, screw it. I'm just gonna order. I'll just order it up and do it again. And guaranteed, the day that stuff shows up, I'll trip over it. I'll trip over the other parts. That's just how it works. But anyways, um, yeah, I'll get it figured out. I do appreciate everybody offering, but it's easy. Boy, that's not the right way to say that. I don't expect anyone else to front the cost for something that I've offered to do, and I believe I offer it's my responsibility, so that's what we'll do. It'll be okay. So, does anybody have any questions about our plan, what we're doing, any of that kind of stuff? Because it's been an hour, a little over an hour, and I'm I've got a lot to do. I was gonna look at that email we got. Check this out real quick before I forget. Yes. Okay. Make sure I got everything covered. I made myself some notes so I wouldn't forget. So we got Josh coming, his truck, we talked about that. We talked about our t-shirts. So again, if anybody wants a t-shirt, email me. We're doing 25 only. j.c.smithprojects@gmail.com. They are 25 a piece plus $7 shipping. That's what it ends up being. And if you want your name on the front, add $2. That's how that works. Anyways, any questions, anybody, before we sign off for the night and get ready for tomorrow? Because tomorrow we are moving stuff. We have so much crap to move, you just wouldn't imagine. We got to make room for so much stuff, and I have to move trucks out of the shop so we have more room. Yeah, it's a big deal. Anyways, that's all I have for tonight, guys. So if there's nothing else, I am gonna take off. Mike, nice to see you as always. Um, don't be surprised if maybe if you're sitting at home one day and your phone rings from an unavailable number, and there might be some guy from Ohio on the other line asking you if you want to come and help us in the build. So I'm just going to tell you, that's all I'm going to say. If you're one of the people that would still like to come, and if I decide I need some help, send me an email and let me know you'd like to come and help. I don't have, it would be in a help fashion maybe, but I don't know what I could do, but I might be able to use a couple people for backup help, because this just got a little bigger, you know. So if you want to be someone, if we do need it, that we can call, send me an email, give me your contact info, and let me know, and I'll keep that in the back of my mind. So if we do get in a situation where we need to call somebody, that we can do that. Richard, is that Caveman? Nice. Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, if you're one of the people that may want to come and help, then of course email me. So if I do need somebody, I can give you a ring ding. Obviously, if it's somebody closer, it's probably better. Caveman. Yeah. I'm telling you. I know I told you this, but I really enjoyed that video. That was great. That was just great. What's next after the lucky guys that won? I'm not sure what you mean. What's next event? Peter and I are talking about holding a welding event at HTP. Do we want to talk about this? Does anybody want to talk about this? Because if they do, we will. If they don't, we can hold off. We can wait. Not a big deal. We'll wait and see what you guys want to do, what you think. But yeah, we have a get together that we go to in the fall that we may just do like a get together. Uh-oh. No, we're not ready to talk about it. Okay, we'll have to wait on that. We have to wait. You guys have to wait. See, Peter says we have to wait.
Hank, let's talk about your daddy. Tell me how your mama loved.
Uh-oh. Oopsie. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Well, I can tell you this. There will be something else planned in the fall. I do know that. Grandma puts it back. Yeah, in the fall there will be something else. So what it ends up being, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I know if this goes half as good as I think it will, there'll be another one in the fall for sure. That's the way I see it. But anyways, we'll leave it at that. I'm gonna go because it's been over an hour now, and we'll talk about. We'll update you guys later. But again, if you're one of them guys, if we need some help, then send me the email, and we'll keep you on our list. Oh yeah, you know what, Justin? That's a good point. Justin has a Nova Chevelle. What is it? Is it a Nova? I can't remember now. Anyways, he's putting a 4-cylinder Cummins in this Nova, and he needs to have a get together for everybody to help do floor pans, quarter panel. He's got to drop the engine down 2 inches. There's a lot to do, and he would love to do something like this and have like a group event. 70 Nova. There you go. He would like to bring a bunch of guys in and tackle this car and get this I think it's a floor pan. Wait, trunk pan? I can't remember now. Anyways, we'll talk about that another time, that's for sure. But I'm gonna go. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you're as excited as we are about bringing him in and bringing his truck and you know what? We can't feed Jeff beef. It messes with his digestive system. Yeah. Justin lives local to us. He's one of our friends. He's only, what, 15 minutes from us? Yeah, but more than likely, I don't think there's enough room in his garage to do something like this, so we'd have to make other arrangements to somebody else's shop, that might not be too far away. That's what I'm thinking. Anyways, okay, I'm out. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll talk to you guys soon.